Hi everyone. I am backwards. Well, I'm the right way, which is backwards for me. So if I do a lot of this, because I don't know where I'm going, that's why. And I have to like lean way over my table so that you can see me, but I wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing. So we are going to sew the new pattern, one of the new patterns. And this is the clear version. Hi, Gloria. And the one that we're going to be sewing today is the two-tone with a lining. Actually, here, let me move my light over so you can maybe see this. There we go. Hi, Sarah. So this is the one we're going to sew today. Michael's still working on my lining, and he's grabbing my hardware for me and all that so that I could get started. He's also reading comments. So I'm going to start by marking my seam allowance on my pieces. So these are the fabrics that I'm using for the outside. Okay, I guess I should move my light back over here. These are the fabrics that I'm using for the outside. So this is our crosshatch black. And this is our red sparkle Aloha Spirit. And I'm using red and black variegated thread. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Stephanie. So I'm going to start by marking my seam allowances so I don't forget, because knowing me, I'd clip them and then have to have seam allowances drawn on and have my clips in the way. And I draw my seam allowances on everything because it's just that much easier to do. And this is super fast, so I am going to be chatting a lot, obviously, but I'm also going to show you how quick this is, even with me chatting and the lining and doing all of the piecing. So this is the longest of the 3 versions the pattern includes. The pattern's free this weekend, by the way. You're welcome. So I am going to take my pieces and I'm going to lay them so that both my box corners, hopefully you guys can see this, both my box corners are on the bottom. That's how I know these match up. And if you look, there's marks here that don't match up. They're not supposed to. You're supposed to match these up. So I'm going to match up my marks. Just like that. And that's where I'll sew on my line. And I'm going to match both of them up so I can sew them back to back. Make sure my corners line up. Michael cut these, so I'm sure they're perfect, but when I cut things, I have to make sure that I didn't cut too backwards, because that's my favorite thing to do. And we're using a cute red plaid for the inside of this. There's that one. So for those of you, hi Tamara, that are just joining, we are making Kaelyn's Cosmetic case. So this is the clear version, but we are making the fabric two-tone version, which looks like this. And I have this flipped around from what I normally do. So when I'm moving, I'm not inverted like normal. So if I'm moving in a weird way, that's because I can't tell where I'm going. Well, hi. Hi. I want to say hi to everybody since you're over here. Yeah, you gotta try real hard.
Hello. That is kind of confusing.
It's backward. It's weird. It's so weird. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Janetta. So away we go. And I'm going to try and move this light so hopefully you guys can see, and hopefully I don't hit myself in the head, because that would not be good. Can you just pick literally any interfacing that's not above me right now? Just pick something that's fine. I don't care if you have to use Decaville. And I put a brand new needle in, so it's going to sound real nice. And I'm going to kind of chain sew. I'm not, because there's weird angles, I'm moving one piece back, but I'm not going to snip my threads. I'm just going to drop my needle into this piece manually. And maybe if I sew this super fast, I'll show you guys around the shop a little bit afterwards, because we got a whole bunch of new industrials in here for class. There's a bunch of machines in the shop now. Okay. Now I'm just snipping my pieces apart. So for those of you that have seen Tina's triangular tote and you're terrified of it because all the angles, this is a really good way to introduce yourself. It's only got one angle. It's really easy. So that is one front, and I'm going to butterfly the seam open in the back like this. And I'm going to stitch down both sides. So I just flatten it out on my table because that makes my life easy. And I'm using a Tex 45 thread in my industrial machine because it's the only thread that I had in these colors, which was perfect. It's red and black variegated. So I'm dropping my needle. Normally I don't because I'm lazy, but because this is, I had to crank my tension up. I have a regular black bobbin of Tex 80 or 90 thread in there, so our machine's a little crumpy today. I should have used the new thread. Sneak peek, we got our brand new thread in and it's loads better than the last thread. And I know a lot of you love the last thread still. I promise this is even better than that. Janetta asked, I cannot see Janetta's question yet.
Oh, she said, is there a discount for is there a code for the template discount?
No, it's automatic at checkout. The templates are 20% off through the launch week, I think. I made them through launch week. Don't quote me on that, but they're, and if for whatever reason, if they don't show up at a discount, discounted at checkout, let me know and I will help you. No big deal. Okay, so that is what one main panel should look like. Notice how my edges are nice and perfect at the top except this little triangle, same at the bottom. That is what you want. And I'm just going to trim these little triangles off now that I know that it's nice and straight. You should have a perfect piece. And then I'm going to do the same with the other piece. And actually all the patterns are on sale for launch too. So all of the patterns are 50% off because we're launching a new pattern. I'm going to drop my needle. I feel so weird with my light right in my face while I'm sewing, but I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. And we should still have some of this Aloha Spirit vinyl left on the site too, if you guys just have to have it. I think Michael said we had a few rolls left of it too. Okay. There's that.
Are both templates for your new patterns on sale?
Yes, both the templates are on sale, and I made them fairly affordable this time because there's not a lot of pieces for the crossbody. Hi, Tammy. Which is so the cut chart is engraved. So both sizes of the crossbody are available in that template set for that price, and it's 20% off at checkout. And then all the templates to make all the versions of the Kaelyn's cosmetic case are also on in the one set, and they are 20% off also. So Ashley's angular crossbody templates come with both sizes of the templates, and Kaelyn's cosmetic case comes with all the options, all the pieces to make all the options for the templates. And it has rotary corners to cut these corners out, which makes life really easy. Hi, Barb. Hi, Kay. So now we are going to wait a minute for Michael to bring us a zipper, because I don't think we have all the pieces yet. But while he's doing that, maybe I will grab the new crossbody and show you what that looks like. Oh, and I got a zipper tab. Look at me go. So this is Ashley's angular crossbody. This is new. This is one size. This is the larger size. And the pattern includes both sizes. It's 50% off with all our patterns for launch. The Kaelyn's cosmetic case is actually free for the weekend. That's my Valentine's Day gift to you, because I love you. And this is, like I said, Ashley's angular crossbody, and these actually fit perfectly in there. They're supposed to fit. So it's a pattern combo, and if you go read the dedication on the pattern, it'll make sense, because the two people it's dedicated to are related.
You have gunmetal or matte black pulls over there?
I should have both. And then on the inside, it's got a really large inside. It's got a zipper pocket. It's nice and boxed at the bottom, but it's not a true boxed corner, but it's nice and lays nice and flat. It's got a recessed zipper in it. And then it also has grommets for the crossbody. And I know everybody's going to tell me they're terrified of grommets. Don't be. It's not that bad. I promise. And I'll do a little bit, I'm going to sew the smaller size of that live eventually, and I will do a little tutorial on how to put grommets together, because I know that that is something that people are very scared of doing. Oh, which zipper do I want? Do I want gunmetal? Or do I want matte black? I don't know what I want.
Will you tell Janetta that we only have a few colors left of the grommets, but...
Janetta, Michael would like me to let you know we only have a few colors left of grommets, but we do have them.
No, we don't have black, Janetta.
Hi, Suzanne.
Not currently.
Why are the comments not showing up?
Oh, I think she was saying black.
Oh, the matte black zipper?
Yeah, and Barb's saying gunmetal, and Kay saying gunmetal.
That's two gunmetal. Okay, well, if I can find a gunmetal zipper pull, that's what we're going with. Now I just gotta dig through all these things looking for a gunmetal zipper pull. Got matte black zipper ends. Matte black rivets, purse feet. Number 3. This is all my random hardware. Gunmetal! We found it!
Are those your locking ones?
Hmm?
Are those your locking ones? Because I know there were a pack of gunmetal ones in there.
Unsure. Let me open them and I'll tell you. Yes. Well, darn. Okay. Still on the hunt. Thank you for saving me from myself.
You're welcome. You do it for me.
I got 4 packs of bronze. Hey! Gunmetal. Wait. Nickel? Gunmetal? Gunmetal. It's hard to see with this really bright light on, okay? Gunmetal. Yes, my see into the future light. I can't see in the now, but I can see in the future. Okay, so I'm going to use gunmetal. And I'm going to cut my zipper. So it's a 14-inch zipper, but I'm going to be lazy and eyeball it. because I can do that. And actually, I might have Michael press this zipper because it's a little wonky at the moment. And he's got the press on, so I might as well have him use it. Can I throw this at you? I tried. I did not make it. Okay, so while he's doing that, I am going to mark my zipper tab and get some tape on it. I'm going to put my samples out of the way so that I have a little bit of room to work here. So I have a 1 by 1 1/4 zipper tab. And I'm going to put some tape on it so that I can fold it over the end of my zipper when my zipper returns. Don't let me forget to put my zipper pull on first, though, please. Somebody remind me, because I have had a whole day. We've been building industrial machines all week. And let me tell you, that's a lot of effort. And my hands are sore and my brain hurts, plus pattern lunch. So we've been doing a lot to get ready for that. So I got my tape on my zipper tab, and my zipper's going to come back magically in a second. Please don't throw it at me. Thank you. Oh, look at how much better that is. Look at that. So nice and straight. And for those of you that don't know, you can iron our zippers. Don't, like, iron them on the highest setting for, like, ever, but you can press them for a little bit, and it won't hurt them. A few seconds won't hurt. Yep. I'm going to put my zipper pull on. And then on the side that I just put my zipper pull on from, I'm going to put my tab.
You go.
Look at me go. I know, I remembered my zipper pull. Thank you. It's the kind of love and support everyone deserves. Okay. There we go. So I got my tab on, and now we're just going to stitch it down. Okay. And there's that. So you can't tell you which way I'm supposed to go these days. All right, I'm going to move my light back over here so you guys can see again. So now I'm going to decide which side I want the sparkle to be on when I look at the bag. Do I want it to be on the left or the right? And I think because the tab is out of the black, I'm going to make the sparkle on the left so that the tab is on the black side. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, and I'm not even going to mark it, I'm just going to use my ruler to measure 3/4 of an inch in, and I'm going to line up my zipper and clip it in place. Hi, Julie. A trick to getting a nice straight zipper here, 1, press your zipper if it's wavy, but 2 is to clip it nice all the way along the top edge. So even, you can see even where my zipper pull is, it's still nice and straight at the top edge. It looks like it's a little bumpy because of the zipper pull, like there's a gap, but it's not. That's just the zipper pull in the way.
Also, I missed a question. Sasha asked if the thread is on the website.
Sasha, the thread is not on the website. Michael is slow as molasses taking pictures. Just kidding. He's actually been working very hard helping me build machines. He's still taking photos, and we're actually comparing it to all our webbing colors so that you know if you own a webbing and colors say like Midas and the thread is also called Midas, it's the same color. That way it's easy for you guys to match things. Same with the zippers. And I'm waiting for lining when you are ready.
I had to replace my blade.
Oh. Michael is busy cutting lining still because he had to replace his blade. Just use my cutter.
Oh, I'm good. I just have to...
Oh. Okay, fine. Don't use my cutter. I don't want to share with you anyway. Let's see. So do we have... I don't know why the comments aren't showing up. Let me see if I can figure that out.
She said, awesome, I will wait.
Why are the comments not showing up for me, though?
Probably because you're on landscape mode.
No, they always show up for me.
Then I don't know.
Somebody leave a comment. See if it pops up. See if I hit enough buttons. I don't know that... Yeah, hit a lot of buttons and I don't think it's working. I'm not sure. I don't like that. I liked being able to see everybody's comments and talk to you guys.
Did you see Janetta or Barb or Sasha?
No. I don't like that. I don't know how to make comments show up, but I don't like this. Let's see if I... Swipe left to reveal comments and...
Oh.
Huh. Ah, there's Julie. Hello.
I was like, wait a second. 'Cause I know you can...
And Sasha. Hi, guys. I can see you. This is so exciting. I don't know how I managed to not do that in the first place.
I forgot you could do that.
It was showing me who was popping up on the live. Like, I could see that part.
Right. And then on the bottom part, if you slide left or right, you can see the comments or...
Okay, well, Facebook doesn't like me today. I'm glad I can see you guys. Hi, hello. I fixed it. I don't know how. Hopefully it never happens again. So Michael's finishing our lining, and I will show, like, for those of you that are just joining us, we are making the new Kaelyn's Cosmetic case. We're making this version, but in different colors, and it's going to have a lining. It's hard for me to show you that. Hi, Barbara. And this print is in pre-order right now. This is the... Wow. This is the chromatic teal floral. This one. And it's available in several colors, but this is teal. And it matches perfectly with our faux suede that is completely sold out, but coming, I promise. I'm sorry. Everybody wipes me out. But it's on the way. It will be here.
3 seconds, you'll have your pieces.
3 seconds and we'll have a lining. Okay. Then we're going to sew our lining. And we're almost done. And see, it took me longer to wait for Michael to cut my lining than it did to sew the thing. Thank you. So this is the lining that we're using. Isn't that great? Is the fabric domestic friendly? Well, this one is canvas with Decaville light. So yes. This is faux suede, so it is also domestic friendly. And as a matter of fact, I was going to sew this on the HD9 because my industrial is a little bit overkill for this particular, what the materials are, because this is a cotton woven. And the thread that I'm using is also for the HD9. So yes, it's all domestic friendly. I actually had to change the settings on my machine to be able to sew it here, but I like my pretty table for videos because it always makes people happy. And so I am sewing here, but I was going to sew it at the HD9. So yes, it's absolutely domestic friendly. I sewed this on the HD9 and I think I might've sewed this on the, one of the class industrials, not my machine, but, and both did fine. I try to make everything very domestic friendly. I sewed this new bag. The crossbody, Ashley's angular crossbody. I sewed this on the industrial, though. You're jealous of my table? Aw, Sasha, I will never pour another table again in my life, but I will tell you how I did it and what not to do. Love the teal. Oh, thank you. It's available in a bunch of colors. The teal sold out immediately. I brought it in for retail, and it didn't even make it to the site. I didn't expect it to sell out that fast, so I put it available in pre-order, and I'm going to order more retail, I promise. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my lining. We're almost done with this, believe it or not. And this is cotton woven, and Michael fused S320 on the back of it for me, which is like, it's like SF101, but with less wrinkles, more structure, kind of. Hi, Suzanne. So there's that. And now we're going to make a mark to stop sewing on this side real quick so we don't forget. And I know you guys can't really see that, but there's a mark there and I can see it. So I know that on my machine, I can line up this edge of my presser foot with this edge of my fabric. And it will line this up with the teeth and give me the perfect seam allowance. So that's what I do. As long as your seam allowance is the same on both sides, it does not matter. And the nice thing about this Aloha Spirit vinyl is that when you butterfly your seam open with this crosshatch black, it's actually really easy to sew over this part, even so close to a zipper. The machine's not going to struggle at all. Even the HD9 would be fine. You see, it just goes right over it like nothing. And I'm going to go ahead and move my pull out of the way now that I'm over that spot. Hi, Madonna. If I ever say your guys' names wrong, please tell me. I will practice in the mirror to get them right. Okay, now I'm going to stop sewing right at my mark. And I'm going to backstitch a few times and leave the needle in. And I'm going to separate my zipper and just pull this to the side. I'm going to sew right off the end. And do not sew your fingers. I have practice at this. Please don't be dumb. And then I'm actually, before I even take it out of the machine, I'm just going to flip the exterior up and top stitch all at once, just to make my life easy. And I'm going to do that by starting with the needle in the fabric. And the one thing about this accent panel is the zipper kind of wants to flip right here where the seam is. Hi, Barb. You can't wait to get, oh, hold on. Here's a link. Oh, thank you, Michael, for posting a link. And you can't wait to get your industrial. You're going to love it. It's going to be the best thing ever. So what I was saying is this part right here, it wants to flip the zipper, so you just have to make sure when you get there that you're pushing it the right way, but it's totally fine. It will lay flat. And sometimes I'll even zip the zipper up to help. And this would be the appropriate use for a hump jumper if you need one on your domestic. As a matter of fact, I will even show you how I do that. I will just use this extra piece of vinyl. And I just put it under the back of my foot. This is how I do it on an industrial anyway. Just to balance the foot out. You just downloaded the pattern. Thank you. Oh, Barbara, good. If you want to sew one up and share it, I would love to see what you choose to use. And this just sews its way right out when it's done. And I just toss it back over there. And I will have SVGs available for this. I haven't had a chance to test them. But I know everybody wants them and they are in the works. And I am sorry that they are not ready yet. The cosmetic case, Kaelyn's cosmetic case, this one that we're making, you can take the pattern pieces because they're whole pieces. Nothing's been joined, I don't think. Like where you have to tape two pieces together. I don't think any of them are like that for this. I think actually maybe the lining piece might be that way. But otherwise you can just upload those into your scan and cut. It should recognize it. And or your Cricut or your Silhouette. I don't own a Silhouette. I own a Scan and Cut. I own a Cricut. And I'm just folding this, pressing this open to make sure it lays nice. And so far that's what it looks like. And I know it looks a little wrinkly. It's because I haven't pressed it or anything, but that'll go away. So then I'm going to line this up 3/4 of an inch in from this side. Oh, what if I could get my ruler out of the way? I'm trying really hard to keep my hands out of the way and make sure you guys can see, but everything's backwards for me so that it's the right way for you, and this is so confusing. I'll get used to it eventually. I'm just thrilled that I learned how to do this so that it would make it easier for you guys to see what the heck's going on. Okay, so now I'm going to put my lining right side down on top of that. And I'm going to mark where to stop sewing on this side, 3/4 of an inch. And away we go. Okay. And what I'm doing there is checking. Hi, Carol. Checking to make sure when I fold this that mark is still accurate, because sometimes your fabric can shift, and I like to double check that when I'm getting close. I'll lift it up and kind of tug my fabric and see. Let's see, I think I can get one more stitch in. Yep, so then I'm going to back stitch just to give it some reinforcement. I'm going to pull this off to the side and stitch right over the end. And this one I have to lift because the front panel is on the other side, so I can't just flip it and top stitch immediately, but that's okay. So now we'll just flip our front panel up. Like I said, this is the one part that gives you trouble, is where it meets the zipper, because it's so thick right there, it just is a little fussy. And I'm going to pull my zipper up here just so that it's out of the way for all this thick stuff. And then I'm going to make sure that's laying nice. And I'm going to use my little industrial faux hump jumper again, just to kind of show you guys how to use one, because a lot of people don't know this trick, but it makes my life so much easier. Just like that. Trim up my threads. Make sure my zipper's lined up nice at the end and my points match. Hi, Anita. Okay, so now I'm going to open my zipper before I forget, and I'm going to trim my zipper ends now that I've top stitched. I like to leave the zipper ends on until after I've top stitched, and I'm also going to singe them. so that I have something to grab onto to pull it out of the way if I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and melt those ends so that it doesn't start unraveling on me. I'm going to find the other end. There it is. Got some fuzz. There we go. So now my zipper's open, and I opened it most of the way. Not all the way, because I don't want my zipper pull over here where I'm trying to sew either. So I'm going to start with my 2 seams. I'm going to match those up first. And then I'm going to put a clip in each corner, just in the corner area of the exterior. And a couple more clips at the bottom then, but I do those points first, and then I match up my side seams, like that. And I clip those before I ever get to the lining, because these are the points that matter if they match. Okay, then I'm going to clip the corners of my lining together like that. Like that. Okay, so we have something that looks like this, and then I'm going to add 1 clip here on my lining, and then I'm going to start sewing here and sew all the way around. And I'm just going to use the edge of my presser foot as a guide because I know that's my seam allowance. But if you need to mark your seam allowance for this, by all means, do that. It's totally fine. No shame in that. And I always start on my lining because that's where I'm going to close the bag. So I'm leaving an opening to turn the bag through. I'm going to backstitch really well at the end. And I'm going to lift my needle but not take my project out. And then I'm going to start sewing on the next side. And that'll make it really easy to box the corners too. Now when I get to this, I want to get really close to my zipper tab, which I can feel it's this lumpy thing right here, but I don't want to sew over it. But I don't want my corner to come, like where my corners are matched, the top edges, I don't want those to get misaligned. So I'm going to sew as close to this clip as I can. And I'm going to hold it. And you can use your stiletto if you need to. I'm going to hold it like this until I sew there. And once I stitch onto my exterior 1 stitch, I'm going to leave the needle down and I'm actually going to pivot the project so that I'm sewing at the right angle again. And that gives you a nice corner on the outside. Same with this. I don't want to move this clip until I get up really close so that nothing shifts on me. Same with this side, so I'm going to take my clip off, I'm holding it in place, and once I get to the lining, I'm going to rotate. On the home stretch, just got a little bit more to go. And this clip is here to remind me to stop sewing and leave myself an opening. There we go. Now we box our corners. Hi, Dawn. Okay, and the reason that I left this opening is to turn the bag, and then I opened my zipper so that I could get all the way through to the exterior. And see how it brought my corners together for me? That makes it really easy to box them because I just pop one out the other way, and there they are. They're almost boxed for me. So it makes it lay nice and flat automatically. there's one, and see how nice and straight those are? That's what you want. So now, because my bottom seam is going this way on this corner, I want the bottom seam to be going that way on this corner too, so that the bottom of the bag will lay nice and flat. So I'll poke those two out, opposites of each other, and then I will nest these just like I did the first ones, nice and flat. There's that one, nice and flat, and that's what you want. You want it nice and flat. If it's not nice and flat, your corner's not boxed properly. So play with it until it is. Okay, now I'm on to the lining. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. And sometimes I'll add a clip out here if I need to keep it nice and flat up here, because that helps it keep it pulled out. Get me this nice and flat boxed corner up here. There we go. The one thing you have to kind of be careful of is when you go to squish it down, you might drag your corners in a little bit, and that's not what you want. So you got to kind of be careful. And I know I'm squishing it down so you guys can see, but there. So now it's still nice and flat. Okay, one more corner, and then we get to turn it and see what it looks like. And we want to make sure the lining bottom seam is going the same way on both sides. So we're going to make it nest that way. It'll just make everything lay nice. And then I am also going to trim down right here where my zipper tab is and where my zipper is on the other side, because that'll just make it lay really nice. And I don't want to trim so close that my stitching starts to come out. I'm going to try to kind of show you how close I'm trimming here, just to get all this bulk. Kind of like that. Do the same on the other side. And if you need to trim your box corners down because they're kind of bulky, you can do that too. It's totally fine. Like that. Hi, Kim. Okay, so now I'm going to just reach my hand in this very small hole that I can barely fit it in. There we go. Open my zipper the rest of the way if it isn't already, and I'm going to just pull my corners through. Not that I can get my hand out, but here we are. I'm going to stick my hand back in the lining so that I can poke my corners out really nice. And if you nest your corners nice, you should have, let me move the light, you should have these really nice boxed corners that your seams nest. There we go. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. Really nice on. Same with this side. And that's what gives you nice corners. Okay, you should be able to pull your zipper out on this side. Should be able to get your hand out of the lining, hopefully. And you tuck it all back in. There it is. And see how our zipper's nice and flat? No waves. I mean, it's a little wrinkly because I haven't finished it and pressed it. Kim, what am I making? I am making the new Kaelyn's Cosmetic case, which, I mean, it looks like this when it's done. This is the sample I showed. And it comes with an option for clear, because we have a bunch of new clear and jelly vinyl. So it comes with that option. But this is the one we just made, and I need to stitch up my lining, so I'm going to pull that out and do that right now. I like to make it lay nice and make sure everything looks good first. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a fold over label. I think I'm going to do a black and white. These are what my labels look like. I feel like black and white just goes with this better than anything. So I have purple and teal. That doesn't really go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my lining out. And I'm going to tuck. Kind of make it tuck. And you can hand stitch this closed if you're like really extra, but I am not. I am really extra lazy. So I will not be doing that. So I'm just going to add some clips. And I leave the middle open so I can stick my tag in there without a clip in the way. But I make sure it's folded. So I'll start my stitching right before this clip right here. And I'm right up on the edge, as close as I can get to the edge. I'm back stitch at the beginning and at the end, but I'm going to back stitch really well. And I'm right up on the edge here. Then I'm going to stick my label in just enough that you can still see the writing. Make sure it's lined up above and below the label so that when I stitch it down, it's getting caught on both sides. Otherwise it wouldn't close the pocket and that'd be useless. And there it is. And there it is with the label. So we're just going to tuck that back in. Make it lay all nice and neat in there. And this is off to its new home. I will give it a little bit of a press to straighten it out or fill it with some air pockets overnight. But there it is. One nice even straight zipper. The front and the back, our seams match beautifully on the bottom right there. Because we match those up first, our side seams are beautiful. And that's it. Pretty easy to do. Yeah, so this one's free right now. It won't always be, but it is at the moment, and that's what the lining looks like. And this thing opens, by the way, you can literally see everything in here when you open it. It opens super big, which is nice. So like you can, and I mean, you can fit, well here, let's just start putting stuff in here. Got pens, got a screwdriver, got some pliers, because you know you need to carry those in your cosmetic case. Got a couple more screwdrivers, an extra pen. How about some sewing clips? Oh, got to get your forceps in case you need to change your sewing machine needle while you're doing your makeup. Don't forget your surgical blade. Let's see. Oh, I got another pen. Oh, some extra zipper in case you're making a bag on the go. What else I got? Oh, our faux hump jumper. We got to shove that in there. And still, plenty of room. This thing holds so much stuff. Like, there's still plenty of room in there. I can shove, oh, and don't forget your little 1x6 ruler so you can mark your seams. Oh, I have some tweezers. The first thing that actually goes in a cosmetic case. Yeah. Oh, and some chopsticks. right? Got to get your chopstick and your pokey tool. Got to get those in there. And still, even after we shove all of that in there, there's still room. This thing holds so much stuff. It's crazy. And here, I'm going to actually, now that I'm not sewing, I'm going to tip you up so you can see my face while I talk to you. There we go. Much better. Ta-da! Yeah, so we manage, oh, you're super sideways though. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, we can fit a bunch of stuff in here. And it does fit inside the new crossbody too. So actually, I'll just leave it full of stuff. And we're gonna put it inside. So this is the Ashley's Angular crossbody. This is also new, released today. I'm gonna open the recessed zipper and there's still plenty of room left in the bag, mind you. This thing is huge. But this is what the new crossbody looks like. There's 2 different sizes in the pattern. This is the large one. There's a smaller one. And it's not just a size down percentage. It's actually a different proportion of a pattern. It's actually really cute. The pattern cover has both sizes so you can see them together. But the smaller one is perfect for like somebody that likes a smaller bag, because this crossbody, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on me. Let me show you. This crossbody is actually fairly large on. It's not too big. And obviously I'm wearing a very bulky sweatshirt right now. But you can kind of see, like, it's a pretty big size for a crossbody. It holds a lot of stuff though. And we used grommets for the side connectors. And I know everybody's terrified of grommets, but I promise don't be. I will show you how to do them. They're very easy. Very, very easy to do. Okay, so we have managed to sew the pattern and put all of our sewing supplies in it. Also, you could totally use this for sewing supplies. It doesn't have to be a cosmetic case. It's totally fine. But if anybody has any questions, let me know. And I'll sit here and answer questions for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go have dinner. And maybe Michael will come over and say hi. Now that you guys are on a normal level and he doesn't have to get on the ground to say hello. Sit here and hold my cute little full cosmetic case full of nothing cosmetic related at all. Except my tweezers, which I actually use for sewing. And as a reminder, we put our faux hump jumper. We put our 1x6 ruler. I'm going to start putting everything back as I do this. Our spare chopstick for when we can't find our pokey tool. Our corner pokey tool. Is the pattern on the website, Kim? Yes, it is. Both of them. They're both on the website. Ashley's Angular Crossbody is normally $7.95. It is on sale for half off for the launch. The templates are on sale for 20% off, and you get the pattern free with the templates if you do it that way. So there's that, and then this Kaelyn's Cosmetic bag is actually on the site for free right now, but it won't always be. Excuse me, it won't always be. And the templates for that are also 20% off, and you get all the pieces to make all the clear, the two-tone, and the solid. So also we put 2 different kinds of zipper in here, so if we're making a handbag on the go. We've got several pens. We've got our pliers. We've got our forceps. We've got our lighter. We've got 1 screwdriver, 2 screwdrivers. Oh, I don't think I put my 3rd one in here. We've got our surgical knife. Be right back. Okay. Hi, Patty. Another pen. More tweezers. More tweezers. Oh, there's my other screwdriver. See, I knew it was in there. And a whole lot of sewing clips. And that thing holds a ton. There's lots and lots of space in this, and I love it. I made it intentionally so that it opens and you can see all of your cosmetics in here, or your sewing supplies, or your random zippers and clips, whatever you put it in here. I will not judge you. A lot of people want to use it as like a pencil case or an art pouch so they can put like their colors in it. I've seen a lot of really creative ideas, but it's a good intro to angles. Like for those of you that are afraid of Tina's triangular tote, you can practice the angles. They're constructed the same way as the tote. And this is a good way for you to practice, and then you can hop into that tote. It's really not a scary pattern. I know it looks really high-end when it's done, but it's super easy to put together. And I think, I don't see anybody that has questions. But I'll give you guys a few more seconds, and then if nobody else has questions, I'm going to go have me some dinner. Because I'm married to a chef, and I get to have dinner like that every night. I have no idea what we're having for dinner, but that's okay. And then maybe after dinner I'll sew another bag. When I made the first one of these, it took me 20 minutes. They're very fast. And I'm a little bit quicker behind a machine than some people that are starting out. I get it. But really, my whole testing team, everybody did this pretty quickly. And you could put like a wristlet on here. You could do, we have our little crossbody anchors. You could put a couple of those on if you wanted like to wear it as a crossbody. You totally could. It'd be like a cute little crossbody. You do a lot of things with this. There we go. You guys are super backwards still. I'm working on it. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. And I think we even have some of this red zipper on the site too. So the zipper's on the site. This is on the site. This is on the site. If you need links, tag Michael or I. Somebody will get you a link. You can always just search crosshatch vinyl. Aloha Spirit for this. I think one of them's listed on the main page as a featured item. It might be, but I might have changed that. So, okay, well, since none of you seem to have questions, you're just listening to me talk about patterns and vinyls. I think we're going to go have some dinner. Michael's coming over to say hello and goodbye. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, yeah, we got to go this way. I know, it's so backwards. It's weird.
It's completely backwards.
I know. So we'll see you guys later. Thank you, Barb. We will definitely have a good dinner. And oh, I did promise you a sneak preview of the shop. Hold on one moment. I totally almost failed you guys. I'm so sorry.
Do you want me to?
So I'm going to take you guys out of the holder real quick. And this is going to be a little bit weird. So I'm going to tip you. And I think I can turn you. Can I turn you? Aha, there we go. So there's Michael. But here is the shop. So those are all the machines set up for class, and Michael's standing in front of the cylinder arm, so you might not be able to see it. So there's that, and here's all of the zippers. Hopefully I don't make you guys sick looking at all these zippers. But there's lots of zippers up there for sale. And then everything looks so backwards to me. So there's the laser, and there's all our templates hanging on the ceiling, and there's our very messy cutting table. But there it is. That's the shop, and we're working on all sorts of projects over here. And we've got the HD9s up, and now everything's backwards for you guys. But there we are. So we're working on it, and the multi-needle's right over here. My personal favorite thing to do is play with my embroidery machine and sew on my pretty machine. But yeah, there's your sneak preview of the shop, and I will do a full-on shop tour at some point if we can ever see the whole shop, not under a bunch of stuff. But right now it's not that day. So, okay, you want to say, oh, yeah, don't, oh, yeah, there we go. I was like, don't look if you get dizzy. Bye, guys. We'll see you later.